What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Animation Revaluation Podcast. I am your host, Lizer, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Jay and James. What's up, guys?
You're a piece of shit, you know that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Because I got my phone.
I said I was doing it now.
Yeah. I just didn't say anything.
I was literally like, oh, you guys ready? Everyone said yeah. I was like, alright, so I'm gonna do it now.
Also, yeah, I was right. I just want that to be known.
Okay, he was right. No one knows about what, but he was right.
I figure it out.
Will they? Will they?
Some of the better things to just not know without context.
Alright. Oh, so how's everyone been this week?
I just finished streaming like a half hour ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's been that long already? Jesus.
Well, it's more like 20 minutes, but...
What did you stream?
Shining Pearl.
Never heard of it. Sounds like trash.
That's just painful. That's rude too.
I'm always rude to you. Like, it doesn't matter the context. It's like anyone looks up online interaction between us, I'm just being rude. How about you, James? How was your week? Did you just finish streaming too?
No. No, I did not. Nothing much. I mean, just came back from work recently, you know. Oh, actually, I just finished a couple of animes, but yeah, that's just it. Nothing
Finished a
much.
couple? That's not in your contract.
I know.
You're fired.
Not my contract.
You're fired. This isn't what I pay you for.
What about you?
I fell asleep for like 5 minutes, and then I heard you go, "Hey, Lizer, can you check something for me?" And I was like, "Huh?"
I apologize.
No, that worked out perfectly.
These guys will sleep for the day.
I was like, "Where am I?" You're like, "Can you check what level this Pokemon evolves?" I was like, "Oh, okay." And you started spelling out the name, and I was like, "What the fuck is an S?" I was looking at my keyboard, and I was like,
It's like 2 a.m. Like, what? I need to know what level this Pokemon evolves.
Who am I?
No, today didn't it? That's crazy.
But I also watched an anime.
Did you know?
Hmm?
That's pretty awesome, because I did too.
Nice. Was it the same one?
I think so.
Nice. I knew you would finally watch Onichichi.
Alright, I'll see you guys next week. Taking a week hiatus.
Gotta rest up for the 50th. No, but we watched Irina, the vampire cosmonaut.
You know that actually has like 3 different names.
Yeah, it's like the moon, Irina, and the blood or some shit like that.
So there is Siki to Laika to Nosferatu. There's Irina the Cosmonaut, and Moon, Laika, and the Bloodsucking Princess. Now, I personally like the third one, but
I like the
They're all
vampire cosmonaut.
I also like Vampire Cosmonaut.
Yeah, it's just a title that makes you go, huh?
The fuck?
Like it grabs your attention. You're like, okay,
It's a vampire who wants to be an astronaut.
a cosmonaut.
The fuck is a cosmonaut?
I know some friends in red that can tell you.
Oh. Oh.
Refer back to when we did Anastasia on the podcast.
Alright. So, let's see. So, fuck. Now everything wants to be all slow. It's
Takes
wonderful.
place in Russia.
Well, yeah. But, Irina the Vampire Cosmonaut is a science. I think it's a science fantasy anime, actually.
So there's no
And,
fiction.
Huh?
So there's no fiction.
I can't say if it's fiction or non-fiction, bro. That'll get me in trouble.
I think it's relatable fiction that it's easy to understand where it's from, but they just changed the words. Like,
Like the UZSR.
Yeah,
It was like UZDR SAR or some shit.
but it's a anime series based on a light novel written by Keisuke Makino and illustrated by Kare. There's no last name. I can't remember I remember seeing the Kare name somewhere, but I don't remember where. But the anime was directed by Akitoshi Yokoyama at Arvo Animation. And this anime is a 12-episode anime, and it premiered on October 7th of 2021. So it actually ended like their broadcasting not too long ago. Maybe
Yeah,
a couple weeks.
That's a lot more recent than I thought.
Yeah. To be fair, I found this looking through my recommendations on my YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The algorithm.
It's working for once.
It works a lot, just not in ways I want it to work.
Yeah, it's been kind of cursed recently. But we are. What is it? The USZR?
Something like that.
ZSR?
It's one of those.
It's one of those.
Instead of
And-
USSR.
Yeah. But this takes place after the First World War. And the USZR is in what we would like to call a space race with all the other nations around the world. And it kind of goes off with what I like to say, what the dog doing.
Oh no.
Because it was really fucking depressing. Oh no. Sorry. It was kind of like showing the first animal in space. This was a dog named Molly. I think it's Mally.
Yeah, Mally.
Yeah. And let's just say dogs aren't suited for space travel. And unfortunately, Mally died on I believe it was the re-entry back to Earth.
Bro, she got cooked.
Yeah, it just got too hot for the dog they handle, and then it re-entry them. In the words of the USZR, there is no such thing as failure, only cover-ups.
Yeah, typical old school USDR stuff.
Hey, no slander.
It's not slander if it's fiction.
That's where you're wrong.
Two different organizations.
Yeah. But we meet a character by the name of Lev. Last name Let's. And he is our main character. Or one of them. This is a two-party. And he gets pulled to the side after, I believe they had just finished like parachute training.
Yeah.
By, I can never fucking remember his name, but I think it starts with an M. If I'm not mistaken.
Mikhail?
I believe so. He's a, no. Was it? No, it's not him.
Oh. Never mind.
I just don't. Where's his? Victor. I believe his name is Victor.
Yeah, I tried to find a picture of Victor, but it just brought me like actual Russian soldiers. I was like, never mind.
I got this.
I really thought the main character was just your typical straight Russian guy that really cared for his country.
And he gets brought aside by Victor with the rest of his I'd say friends, because some of them are his friends, some of them are straight up assholes, and we'll get to them in a second. But they were like, oh, he wouldn't be here if, you know, something wasn't like up, or like you did something wrong. And he follows Victor down below like ground level to what looked like a underground like a
Prison?
jail, like a prison of some sort. And he's like, hey, what am I doing down here? And
This is either gonna get dangerous or kinky.
Why did I like the kinky?
Huh? What? Oh.
What?
Huh?
What? Huh?
oh yeah.
Huh?
I don't know.
I mean, especially like with like I don't want to like jump to like episode 2, but like the detail like they put on Irina was just like
Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Irina.
I don't know. We haven't said anything about her yet. I don't know.
She's on
Yeah.
the cover.
That's fine. Don't know who that is.
He hasn't introduced her yet.
She's the next one. You gotta wait.
Okay. I'm waiting.
And
He's excited.
He
He
gets-
liked this.
he gets brought to his cell, and he's like, they like fucking had bolt cutters and everything. He brings him in front of like a coffin. It's chained completely. You got two soldiers with bolt cutters. Fucking pops that shit open, and the lid slides open, and a girl comes out by the name of Irina. Here's the other one.
I didn't prepare it.
God damn it.
I thought this was just nice art. Like, I wasn't even horny posting. I thought this was just cool art.
I think so.
I agree it's cool art, but we're trying to not hate it here.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yes, we do. Don't try to bullshit me. Don't try to gaslight me. I've been here longest, alright? I know how it works here.
And it's like names.
It's almost like they're in a different language or something, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And Victor tells Lev, since you're no longer in the running of becoming like a cosmonaut or fucking astronaut, whatever the fuck they want to call it, because of a prior incident, your new secret mission is to now take this subject turn her into, give her all the proper training she needs for before launch. I think they gave him 2 months. I think it's 2 months.
I believe so.
And they were like, here's her file, everything you need to know. Since you've been trained already, you know your shit. Good luck, see you in 2 months.
Deuces.
And he just fucking leaves. And before he leaves, he's just like, alright, so like what, let me like go pack my shit, and where am I gonna be staying? He's like, right next door.
In the jail.
I was like, oh. That escalated really quickly.
We're putting you in prison, but don't worry, it's not a punishment.
Yeah.
In fact, you should be happy about this.
It's like, you're in charge of her, you're like her supervisor at all times. And yeah.
They were
He's
like
just
trying to like this like what's it called, to not like who I guess that at least from what I noticed from episode 1, they tried to kind of like how do I describe it? Not like a person. They were just more like a subject. Like, you're not even like giving her a name. They called her like what was it?
Like number 44. Nintendo 64.
Something like that.
Nintendo 64. I've never heard that. That's funny. It's N44, by the way.
Okay. I was like, for some reason, like, when I watched it, I was just like, it's like, oh, look, it's Nintendo 64. I was like, somehow I like that better than N64. Anyway.
And when Victor leaves, we meet another character who has been the person that's been looking after Irina for who knows fucking how long, by the name of Anya.
You can do it. What's the last name? You can do it.
Cosmonaut.
Yeah.
I think it's cute. I just can't pronounce it properly because it's probably so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how it's supposed to be pronounced now. Huh. That's funny. Wait. I didn't notice the fucking double nya. I didn't notice that before. Huh.
It's fucking cat obsessed people, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Says
But,
the cat boy.
But Anya's basically in charge of checking Irina's medical data, and since it's her responsibility, she's not really afraid of Irina in any manner, which is also really funny because they treat vampires in quotation marks as like the cursed species, the cursed race, and everything that like was put into media about vampires, whether it was a movie, a book, or even like quote unquote historical records, they were all like things that were made up about vampires in a very like stereotypical way. I was just like,
I think the entire time I was just like, even then, like when I thought like I didn't have like I was trying to be like not stereotypical about like vampires, like they went like even further to disprove like what's true or not true about at least what vampire it is to the show.
Yeah, because they had something about crosses, garlic. Did they mention holy water at all?
Yes. That to clean like when
When she got
Oh
out.
yeah, out of the test thing. Wipe everything down with holy
He's
water.
like, wipe everything down with holy water. It's like, oh.
It's like COVID, bro. It's like, clean everything with alcohol.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
That kind of just wraps up. I wouldn't say the entirety of episode 1, but it's just the
It's mainly their initial meeting.
yeah. Like the last like maybe 5 minutes of episode 1 is just like their very first interactions with one another.
Don't they also have like the vampire racism thing happen when they go to lunch?
Oh. He brings her to the mess hall and introduces her to the rest of his comrades. And right off the bat, he's like, you know what? They're the only ones here. Take off the hat.
Big mistake.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake. They were just like, oh shit, it's a vampire. It's like, oh. And they were just like, well, oh no, it's a vampire. Better not get too close.
Yeah, it was like high school, not even high school bully. This is a middle school bully.
Middle school shit.
She's gonna suck
like-
your blood. Keep away. Haha. Stinky.
It's like you might get something from her. She might like suck your blood or whatnot.
I don't see what's wrong here.
It was very like, I wouldn't say sad, but it made me kind of sad.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
But she
think,
handled it
like,
well.
How the first episode was just like it set a tone, and then the second episode was like a total 180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that threw me off so much.
Subverting expectations.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they went this route.
Did we also meet the like the big guy behind everything in episode 1?
The guy from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Let's see. I remember. It's funny because he just looks like him. It took me like 2 episodes to realize.
I just kept saying it. I was like, dude, that's him. It's like it's him. I recognize this man anywhere.
Yes.
I'm not gonna even pronounce his name because that shit's hard.
It's like
But
Fyodor Gergiev.
I'm gonna just say it's Fodor, because usually when names like that, the J is silent.
What if it's Jodor? The F
That's
is
dumb.
silent.
That's so dumb. But I'm pretty sure it's Fyodor.
Hold the door.
Hodor.
But he's like the supreme leader of the Republic of Zin.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, it's Zenitra. Zenitra?
Zanzibar.
No. And he pronounced what he called Project Mecta.
That was
Which is-
Nosferatu.
What?
What?
I thought it was Project Nosferatu, unless that's something else.
That's specifically Irina. But Project Mecta is a plan that he put into place to send the first human into space. In response, like I said, it's a huge space race. And they're competing with
CSR and UK.
Mhm.
America doesn't exist.
Yeah, apparently America doesn't exist. We just fuck all else somewhere else. We're not even on this planet. I think
Americans are the
that's
vampires. It's a metaphor, bro.
But he's white as fuck. Um, yeah, but that's the head honcho. He's responsible for everything going into place, all the cover-ups if something did go wrong. It's quite interesting how this whole nation operates because they don't tolerate failures.
Don't tolerate failures in the motherland.
No.
Indeed, we don't.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So episode 2 is episode 2 to basically I'd say 4 is like heavy training, and this occupies maybe about 6 weeks of time, with day 1 starting off with the warm-up of about 12 laps.
Oh yeah,
Around
12
the
laps
track.
around the track. Go at a leisurely pace, and then they just fucking book it.
They're just like all out from the very beginning.
And he's like, no, don't do that. And then he starts booking it. He's like, I can't let her beat me. And then he's like, has this moment where I guess it's supposed to be like predator versus prey.
But yeah, when he looked back, and we're just like, oh
Yeah, he sees like a much more like monstrous version of her chasing him.
yeah,
But then that's not touched on again. At least in the
No.
first 5.
not in the first 5 now, but it definitely interesting.
You don't know true running until you're running for your life.
Truly.
You just get that second win.
I think he got more than 2, bro. I think he got like 5 there. And then like she's a vampire, so I'm expecting her to have like super speed or something. She was just the same speed as him.
Yeah.
And then like she's out of breath, like laying on her back. She can't even move anymore. And he's like, all right, what? Excuse me?
I feel like they've tried to like make vampires so much relatable to like people. Like they're just like almost parallel to people, but like they just can't. What was it that they can't taste? And no, yeah, they can't taste, but they kind of was it like feeling and sensation?
Yeah, they can have texture but no taste. They can smell, and they have a higher threshold for temperatures.
Yes, but that was like it. Like apart from that, like they don't really say like, oh, they like live longer or like all this other.
Yeah, my theory is that it's because she hasn't drank blood. I think that she's supposed to be stronger, but she doesn't drink blood. She drinks milk.
And alcohol.
Yeah, one time.
I thought she was a very susceptible character when she's drinking alcohol.
But like they touch on it a couple times about the blood thing, and
Yeah.
I think it's foreshadowing something that might happen later or might be talked about later. Maybe something happens because to I don't think it's a spoiler or anything to say that they're like planning on killing her.
I
When-
feel like they're not gonna kill her. I feel like they're gonna kill the guy.
Maybe
Oh well.
Yeah, I think
maybe
so.
because maybe try to kill both of them for being part of it, try to cover everything up.
No, I think he's gonna die just because, like, for the way that he always is, like how he got in trouble and he got demoted.
Mhm.
I just feel like he's like that kind of person to kind of stick up for those kind of people.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I feel like he's gonna stick up for Irina, but somehow, like, in the process of trying to help her, he's just gonna die. And then, especially,
And
like,
then
that
she'll like
end-
drink
that-
his blood or something.
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be
Then-
cool.
I don't know. It's because like that red flower, that Tokyo Ghoul flower, or like the Demon Slayer flower that they show in the opening.
It's
like,
never
very-
good when you
Yeah.
see
Never good. It's never good. So I'm like, someone's gonna die, and I was like, I'm pretty sure like people are gonna want to see Irina in space, and the other guy's just like, well, that guy's just your token Russian guy. So it's just like,
I mean, but I don't want to see him die either.
oh, that's the thing. You don't want to see him die, but he's gonna die.
God damn it! Why can't
I-
why can't like Victor die? Who cares about Victor?
Oh, I forgot someone.
I mean, it literally was just like was it Leps, Irina, and Anya. Everybody else was just like.
What about
At
Rosa?
least-
Natalia could stay too.
I don't know who that is.
That's
How do
that's
The
the
blonde?
not the is she fucking blonde? I don't remember.
I only know
It's
Ludmilla
the door mother,
and oh, I couldn't find a picture of her.
the cook.
I couldn't find a good picture of her.
I got you.
But I have one of Rosa and one of Ludmilla.
Just that's
Oh,
Natalia.
Wasn't that like the sister?
She does kind of look like a sister,
She
right?
does, yeah. She does look like.
She's
I
just a
got
lunch
that
lady, bro.
vibe. Oh, okay. I got the vibes like she was like a sister or something.
Oh.
Who
Yes.
was it? Who was
Yeah.
it? The one that was like who lived in like in the UK?
Huh?
Yeah, I think it was like her. She's like she said like she lived in the UK, but like she couldn't talk about like how wonderful it is because like in the motherland that's like they can't tell like how much things are better than living like there compared to like where they are.
I don't remember that. I remember I'm talking about the jazz record.
The jazz record, yeah. It's like couldn't have that for a little bit until they made it legal.
Yeah, they were like, nah, this shit bussin'.
Yeah, it was like that same episode.
Yeah, because that's the only times within the first 5 at least that they had like extended conversation with her.
Yeah.
What about Rosa and Ludmilla?
Rosa. That's the ass hat.
Rosa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a piece of shit.
She's just jealous. Honestly,
She's just
that's
angry for
that's
no
mainly
reason.
what it is.
Yeah.
She has
just angry for
she
no
has
reason.
eyes like a barn owl.
Never seen a porno.
Look up
that's all that
Nana
really
Shima.
is. She's also the only the female. She's the only female cosmonaut candidate too.
Is she? I thought there was another
Irina.
one. But like
I mean,
unnamed.
besides Irina. Unnamed? I don't think so.
I guess I'm just bugging. I could have sworn I
think it
saw
was
one.
just her.
But yeah, she's just female cosmonaut. Kinda jealous, acts bitchy.
Tries to bully Irina for just being a vampire, for existing.
Tries.
Keyword tries. Then there is Ludmilla. This the one? Yep. She's the secretary for the
Not.
Okay.
What did I say when we were watching it? I was like, ma'am, I have an erection, but I don't like you. Walk away.
And that is a completely respectable response. She has a massive sweet tooth, but she's the secretary to Fyodor here. She's kind of like making sure stuff stays organized. And
Head bitch in charge.
Yeah, pretty much. She actually has quite a bit of like weight when it comes to power.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were calling her thick.
Dirt.
Oh boy, she thick.
You got a lot of weight.
But I feel like those are probably the most important characters to introduce.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could talk about the Doctor. I don't have a picture of him.
A lot of the characters are kind of like
They're the rest of them are usually just like heavy background characters.
Yeah, but there's one who's like a doctor. I can't even remember his name right now, but he's
The one
supposed to be. I feel like we kind of have to.
Oh.
He's supposed to be.
I mean, he's the plot point. It's not a plot point, but he's definitely like one of the nails in the coffin.
Yeah.
For the whole like stereotypical thing, and
he's a racist. That's the easiest way to put it. He's a racist.
Yeah, that's it.
He's supposed to. He's supposed to be like administering her training with like the G-force testing and like going into the heated room at like 200 degrees Fahrenheit and all that. And like when she does the G-force testing, she's supposed to start off little by little and work her way up so she gets used to it. He goes, put her on like the second month. It's like, what? She's never been in this before. It's like
2 months of training.
Yeah, and then he like he says to strap her in
like, really
so tight that like it dug into her skin and made her bleed. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? And then he's like carrying garlic around his neck, and he's just like, he hates her for no reason other than her being a vampire.
Wrong.
He even chains her up like a dog. Like he actually puts a muzzle on her.
Yeah.
People are afraid of what they don't understand.
Really?
Trigonometry.
Well, I mean, you spent calculus.
Yeah.
But you like basically again it's like a whole thing of not of like not treating her as a person, more as an object. And it kind of goes across the board for everyone that's interacted with Irina except for Anya and Lev.
And I guess the den mother too.
And her, yeah. She's really wholesome.
She just seems like the type that would accept anybody.
Yeah.
I just murdered someone. Oh, here's some milk. That must have been very hard for you.
Made you a whole warm meal and everything.
Yeah. Used her lap as a pillow. Thank you. I'm ready to turn myself in now.
The episode that I want to like touch on the most is Lev had taken Irina out to the bar.
Oh god.
Yeah, and you know, he gets alcohol. She gets the lemon seltzer, which is her like newest addiction.
I don't understand.
It's not for you to understand.
I don't understand, bro.
It's not for you to understand.
I literally went and had lemon seltzer because of this. Just so I can try to understand. I swear to God.
You're so disappointed.
It was like Diet Sprite called me toll free from long distance. That's the only way I can put it. I think.
Describe that. How does it? What does that even equate to?
It tastes like a flat Sprite with like a hint of lemon.
There you go. Yeah, that's
I think I said to you like it tastes like the dude who worked at the factory was sad.
sad. Yeah, and I was like, how do you describe that? But they have a nice chat, and he offers her alcohol because the drinking age in the USCR is 16.
Nice.
And she's like, you know what? No, but takes it anyways. She drinks it, gets fucking shit-faced.
One sip. She doesn't even drink, she sips it.
Immediately shit-faced. And I was like, this couldn't get any worse. And during this whole ordeal, they ended up leaving the bar, going ice skating, and I will say, it was a very interesting, like, musical number with her ice skating, because I was just like...
It turned into Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
It became a completely different anime for like 2 minutes.
I was just like, when did she learn how to do all of this?
She didn't even know what ice skating was. And then she just did it. Drunk.
Yeah.
She
She had a
forgot
good-
about the whole thing.
Yeah. She had a
Never
good time doing it too.
Yeah.
Cause like she was comfortable enough that like she took off her coat, her hat, and was just on the ice going.
Flipping and everything, doing all these spins, sow cow, everything.
I was just like, oh
And he was entranced.
yeah, he was just impressed. I'd say more than impressed at this point.
Yeah. And like,
She dropped her formality too.
yeah.
When she got drunk, like she was not being formal anymore. She was just like,
I
fuck
And she
had
was
a
calling
feeling
him
she-
Lev.
Yeah, I had a feeling she was like she's the honest kind of drunk,
Yeah.
like completely honest. Like she'll say whatever's on her mind when she's fucking wasted.
She's tsundere, sober, dere, drunk.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, she's doing all this stuff. And like this show has very beautiful animation. We haven't
I
really
didn't
touched on
think-
that yet.
No, I didn't think it would be like at the peak of what it was.
Yeah. Like even little things, like just sometimes it just shows her eyes, and they have like this depth to them.
the way that they put the depth on episode 2 in her mouth, like on her tongue, and like literally like just to like how they focus on like her vampireness. I thought that was just like it's like damn. I was like you guys really need to get that.
It's that scene.
Yeah.
It was like holy shit.
Listen,
It's like,
I went out
that's
of my
kind of-
way to create this GIF myself, just so we could see this on podcast. So if you're audio only, go to
Check
YouTube
that.
and check it out. Cause
Oh, yeah.
whoa.
We lost our shit when it got to this shit. It
I
was
was like, what kind of hentai am I watching?
I was like, this got to hentai call really quickly.
I think I started
then-
making ape sounds.
Yeah, I was like, yo. I was like, oh god.
And it wasn't even like I'm gonna play it down bad. It was like, no, I was down bad.
I was just like, you know what? This is a completely understandable, like, because not even I expected it to get to the quality that it did, and I was just like, wow.
I thought it was like I feel like they focused on their quality like on the most randomest parts,
Oh yeah, definitely.
which was like always like threw me off. Like I feel like the first episode set a tone, and then the second one like threw me off, and then it's just like, and then with the whole ice skating thing, I'm like, it's like, what am I watching?
Sometimes when studios do that, it works really well, like in this case. And then other times it just looks weird. Like when we did the Goblin Slayer episode, Jay. Remember I was saying like they'd have these fight scenes in CG and it looks amazing. And then sometimes they just have it where he was just standing and he just turns around. It's like a 2-frame thing done in CG, and I'm like, why did you do that? That was stupid. That looked like shit. But here it's fucking amazing. Like that looks almost, I don't want to say like uncanny valley like realistic type, but it's very, very high quality animation.
Was she eating like salmon roe?
I don't know. I thought it was like beans on toast.
I thought it was,
I also thought it was, but I think it is the salmon roe.
Yeah, because they don't say, it's just like on bread. But I don't feel like they're
Right.
giving a military rations with salmon roe in Russia.
that's what I thought, but I'm like, it's like, well, there is like smoked salmon like on bagels. So I was like, I don't know, like it's not like too far off, but I mean, I'm not.
God, that tongue.
I don't know anything else that has like that kind of texture that's like that, at least that would be similar to like a salmon roe kind of thing.
Her tongue's really long. Like when she picks up that one piece. You guys know what sounding is?
No,
So,
so it's something I have to look up later.
Later, yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'll save it for later.
Yeah, after we end the call, because I don't.
Oh.
I don't want to be blamed for anything.
I'm gonna blame you anyways. So it's fine.
I'm gonna get a message like 2 minutes after we end the call. Like, what is wrong with you?
But I do want to touch on her. Her
I also
feet
want to touch on
eyes.
her. Oh,
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 Do I want to tell the FBI now or later?
What do you mean?
She's underage. So
She's a cartoon.
Ah, here we go.
So am I.
You know what? Touche. Touche. You can have this one.
Yes, let's go.
You're Lizer Nyan. Irina Nyan.
Oh yeah, don't they like exchange nicknames? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Anya.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cute.
Oh,
I
you said there was
also
something you wanted to touch on?
yeah. Irina has a fear of heights.
Yeah.
That she
A little strange for a cosmonaut.
Just a little bit.
For someone that wanted to soar through the skies to see the moon, has a fear of heights.
I don't know how that didn't come up until later, like actual boot camp.
But it's fine because it's a normal thing, and you kind of first see it when it's like the very basic, like you're basically like strapped in on a harness and you're just basically ziplining from like a higher up place to a lower place, a pretty decent speed. But this point, I believe Lev pushes her. And he's just like, don't forget to tuck your chin in, and he just fucking pushes her. I was just like, oh.
And she loses it.
Yeah, she's like losing it on the way down. She has like jelly legs when she gets to the bottom. It's just like, I don't want to get up right now.
Like, I'll do it myself next time.
But she's slowly getting better with it.
Yeah, and
So
it's like a cute bonding moment for them.
Yeah.
She starts to get used to that, and then he goes even
takes her in
higher.
the
He takes her in the
plane.
plane.
I think she was still scared shitless while she was in the plane for sure.
Oh yeah. Then she got to see the view, and she felt a lot better.
Yeah.
Like after a couple minutes, she was just fine.
Yeah, so
Very-
like, that's one of the takeaways that I liked. I was like, 'cause it made me want to skydive, kind of thing, the adrenaline kind of thing.
Hmm.
That'd be cool.
I also kind of had that thought while watching this. I was like, it'd probably be something that I only do one time though. Perhaps.
The
I-
screen.
I think about jumping off of high things all the time.
Into something soft, right? Right.
I'll just jump while high. It's a regular jump.
But I think that's kind of really.
I think Randy's GIF pretty much sums it up.
GIF.
So does I need some opinions, likes, dislikes.
I want to say, I feel there's like a underlying like romantic thing happening between the main two. I don't know if that's gonna get touched on further, but I really like how they touch on it a little bit, like with the whole plane thing and like their bonding moments. It could just be because they're the ones that are interacting the most, but then you get to like the end credits where it shows them driving. He's in the motorcycle, she's in the sidecar. He looks at her, she turns away from him, and then when he's not looking, she like keeps stealing glances at him. It's really cute.
I felt the opposite. I feel like they don't really have any attraction. I think the attraction, not like romantic, it's just kind of like how she's just kind of like, especially since she's kind of like afraid that since she's a subject and all, and like since she's a subject, they dispose of subjects and how they disposed of like all her family and everything, and even her parents.
I feel like that's how she felt towards him in the very beginning, but due to all their bonding, she's getting used to him and realizing that he doesn't feel that way about her.
Yeah. I don't think it's romantic though. I just think it's like, oh, so like not all humans are like.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be romantic. It might butt into something later on. It might just be a friendship thing, but I don't know. I really like their relationship. I think it's really cute.
Oh yeah. I mean, like it goes from like cold, dead ass cold to like really warm. So she starts warming up real quick, and especially because she realizes that they're like they're in the similar kind of position. Like she's not like in any different position than like he is. Like I kind of forget. Is he also going to space with her, or is it just her?
It's just her.
It's just
Oh.
her.
Okay, so he's just training her, but he's not like doing anything.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like doing everything side by side.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the test subject to see if it's even doable.
I see. Yes.
Oh, that's cute. Her freaking like smug face. Like...
Yeah. It's so good.
I kind of always thought her personality was a little all over the place. I try to like get like a grasp on her like personality, but like it would like go from completely cold, and then like in one like certain scene she would go and pull off that. And I remember she did like a vampire joke, where with the mother's teeth.
Oh
You
yeah.
know how it's like, so I was just like, it's like, really? It's like, did you just like a vampire joke with people? And I was like, oh my god.
You just do a pun.
Yeah, she just did a pun, and then like I think it went over his head.
Oh,
But
definitely.
she thought it was funny. And I was like, oh my god.
But yeah, she can go from being like, I hate humans, I don't want anything to do with them, to being like really smug when around humans, to like being in awe of them and like what they're doing and everything.
I was like, is that like, and it's like, I was like, isn't that like relatable to like how she thinks, and like with vampires with milk, so it's like it's the same kind of concept.
Mm.
Like, see?
But as far as like thoughts and ratings, what would you say, James?
I really gave it some long thought, and I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
And when it first started off, it started real low, to be honest, and then it went up, but it didn't keep going up for me. I feel like it started off in a certain way. I wouldn't know how to best describe it, but like it set a tone, and that's kind of like the tone I expected it to go, and then like it went off course for me. Is at least I guess that's the best way I could describe it. And like I don't know. I did enjoy like the moments that like with like her character, and then like I started to open up and everything. I started liking that, but I feel like it kind of drew away attention, I guess, at least for the main story. But I'm guessing it's just kind of like part of it, because they're trying to convey that she's like anybody else.
Yeah.
I guess like it's just like she's a vampire, but like she's not like that much different. She's 17, but like she's like just your regular normal like girl, but she's just different from everybody else. But like you shouldn't like treat her different because she's just a vampire, but everybody does, because that's just the stereotype.
And would you continue watching this?
I personally would want to know, like, if somebody watched it, I would like want to like them to tell me, but I don't know if I would watch it.
I get what you're saying, because I kind of want to know, is it gonna continue on the path that it is going now, where it's just gonna be, we're gonna try to send her to space and succeed or fail, we'll try to destroy her, or is there gonna be some kind of turning point? Like, is he gonna try to defend her? Lev, I mean, is he gonna try to get her out of here and protect her. Like, is it gonna change into that kind of thing? Because I'd be down for that.
Well, when you guys told me it was like only 12 episodes, so I was like, okay, so it's a 12 shot. So it's just like, I don't really think it'll go too far, but like maybe the manga does, and maybe it could. But I feel like the only way like could if like he dies and they kind of go into a little bit into the vampire lore a little bit.
Hmm.
But I at least like I can't even I would just want to know what happens. Would be what I would say.
Yeah. So for me, I'd give it an 8. Unlike you, I liked it from the very first episode. It was engaging to me, especially because of the animation. You can give me something completely boring and have great animation, and I'll watch it. Just because the animation fascinates me. Hence why I started an animation podcast. But she herself really grew on me. Like Lev, I like him, but they don't really like flesh him out too much. Right now, all we know is that he had some kind of altercation. He was put on the sidelines, and now he's in charge of this. No, but we're seeing backstory for her, for Irina. So we're getting the whole vampire thing. We're getting a peaceful village that she was in with other vampires, and it was raided, and she hid under a table. Her parents were killed. All this stuff, and that's why she hates humans. The reason she wants to go to the moon is because the vampires were known as the moon people. So she wants to have that. She wants to be the first vampire on the moon. And like we get to see a lot more of her, even though the story is presented from his point of view, as if he's the main character. It's really her show. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed that. So I know I would definitely continue watching this. I hope that we get a little more action, tension, storyline happening. I think it is going to build up to something. Because I don't think Lev is just going to let her be killed.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what else happens. Hopefully it's in this season that something happens and not like, hey, hopefully this does well so we can continue.
Yeah, that would be such a killjoy.
I also want to check out the English voices. I'm kind of interested in that.
I was gonna bring that up. I was like, I want to watch like the fucking dub. And just check.
You guys watch the sub?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I watched the dub.
How was it?
I don't think I'd be able to watch it in sub.
See, I don't have
That
any
doesn't-
experience
that
with the
doesn't
dub.
That doesn't give any insight. that is such a beautiful.
I don't know how to read.
It's just because, like, I don't know, like, right? I just from the get go, like, at least my expectation, I was like, I'm gonna watch it. Like, this was also like on my queue to watch, but like for some reason I never like got around to it. So I was just like, anything like when it comes to like that, I always hit the dub first, and if it's like really good, then like I hit the sub after. Like once I'm like all cut up.
I usually, before we did the podcast, I would usually do the dub just so I can like do stuff in the background and not have to read. But since we started this, most of the time I find myself watching subs just so I know that it's like the original intended form. Because things get changed around in localization and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like ghost stories.
Well, that one we watched the dub.
Yes.
We should like revisit it as the sub and like do like maybe a special episode where we compare the two.
I prefer sub, but like it depends if the dub is like bad. Like sometimes like you can know when the dub is bad.
For me, there's also the issue of whatever I watch first tends to be the true version to me. So if I watch the Japanese version first and then watch English, I'm like, oh, this sounds weird, I'm gonna go back to Japanese. And then vice versa. Like I'll watch the English one first, and then, you know, Japanese dubs usually have like higher pitched voices for characters. I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
I think that's just a natural thing that happens. It's like
Yeah.
whatever you watch first, it's just like whatever you get used to.
Yeah, it's like hard set.
Yeah, that's what's set in stone, basically.
But yeah, for me, I'd give it an 8, and I would definitely continue watching, whether it be sub or dub. I'll check them both out. And
Do you guys
Jay, what about you, big man?
So I definitely give this a solid 8. Had me from start to finish. And even though it's not that I was hoping that the series would be about love. Oh, hold on.
You good?
Yeah, I got my grandmother called me.
Oh.
She didn't want anything.
Just attention.
Just noticed that they like reused like there's just like at least like on the point of animation, like they did that classic like animation trope where they're like at least like sometimes I think of like when I look at animation, like sometimes it's like, you know, sometimes it can be expensive, so they reuse scenes, and especially like at least like in like even popular animes they reuse scenes sometimes.
Mm.
I know, and even even like old like Disney movies like with Jungle Book, and I think they did it with like Robin, like what was it, Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Like they reuse like scenes, like they use like the like when the bear's dancing with like
Yeah, they
they
just
do that
trace
a
it over.
lot. Yeah, so like I saw that they did that, and I was just like, for me, I was just like, oh, I was like, it's not even that long. Like, why are you guys doing that?
Well, you gotta like they're usually
If you
doing like
disappear for a couple, if you disappear, it's not my fault.
it's like you know that usually anime studios have like super crunch time. Like they don't go home for days, sometimes even weeks at a time, because they're trying to like shoot these things out. You have studios that are working on like 5 anime in one season, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that like assets and stuff get reused a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
So-
think like that when she was like taking a shower, I think like or when she was like being afraid or whatever. So I think they reused that scene like twice.
Well, it wasn't so much reusing it, but it was a flashback to that happening to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, every shower scene was just like if it's just her PTSD.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
like the first one was her
Remember that.
getting in the shower and it happening, and then
Yeah.
the other ones was her remembering it happening in the shower. So it wasn't like they just redid the scene.
Yeah. They just reshowed the scene like a flashback.
But Jay, you were saying you give it an 8?
Yes. So this is a solid 8 for me, start to finish. Had me on from frame 1 to the very last frame of the 5th episode, and it's really cute. It's not like, you know, the sweetness and lightning cute,
Oh,
because that's super cute, but
that
this
was,
was
like,
this has its
tiny.
moments. Yeah, this has its moments, and it also has its like its serious moments. Like the plot points are pretty laid out,
Like dark chocolate.
and there's everything's just kind of laid out for the most part. I'm just waiting to see how it all ends. So, and I'm definitely gonna watch this from from very beginning again to finish it. Not just starting from episode 6 to 12. I'm starting from 1.
The
'Cause I
dub?
You would say you're starting over from 0?
But also, if I can get my hands on the manga, I think I'll be purchasing that too.
I don't know how to read.
Good thing I do.
I'm illiterate.
Says that as he watches the sub.
No, I just know Japanese. Didn't I say like it's really weird that they're in Russian, they're speaking Japanese?
Yeah. It's like, oh,
That always throws me off each time I watch the dub. And it's just like in Japan, and then we're talking like, it's like we're speaking Japanese, but like no, you guys are speaking English.
but
So in general, we all pretty much liked it. General consensus. Pretty good.
Nice.
Nice.
Anything anyone else has to say about this before we move on to the next one?
Heck, who sees?
What?
What?
Protect.
Oh, you're,
heard-
I heard
I
tech.
heard
I was
something
like, huh?
I heard something else completely entirely different.
Like, all I heard was tech, 2 C's. It's like, what does that mean?
I heard cat, but like another word for cat.
Alright.
Anyway.
James, you have the floor.
Oh yes. Well, as you may know, we're coming up to episode 50 next week. So, I kind of wanted to do something special, but I didn't come up with anything.
So episode 50 will be a shit show. Let's go.
No, but I did pick an anime that at least that I found has gotten a lot of like attention, and like I haven't like I recently like I started it and I really liked it, but I never like got back to it, and then like I like when I told you guys I watched a bunch of animes while I watched Irina. I was like that was one of them, and I was like I think I'll do this one just because like it actually was pretty good, and actually like before the 5th episode it just like left me like holy shit, so it gave me like that suspense factor. But the one I chose,
My Hero Academia.
this one,
Oh,
The Ranking of Kings.
yeah, I've heard about this. Looks like a frog. He looks like Froppy. Like, tell me he doesn't. Like, I just made the joke of My Hero Academia, and then you show me this. It looks like Froppy. But yeah, I've heard of this one, and I've seen like little clips. It seems interesting.
I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, I don't really know how to describe the story very well, because like it seems like there's so much that they like don't touch upon, but like a lot of things seems to be like at work. But at least when it comes to like the main character, he's a young little prince, but he's deaf, so he can't talk or like listen, but like somehow he's able to understand like everything, and then everyone like close to him, at least like the ones like actually like super close to him can like sign language kind of communicate with him, which I kind of like. I always kind of like those kind of shows that kind of like and make that kind of like go that extra mile to like when they talk about like blind people or like deaf people like that, like they kind of like made like a whole kind of theme like all around it, and it's just kind of like how he kind of like sees the world and like all his like expectations and stuff he has to do. I thought it was kind of interesting, but like it definitely makes me want to keep like finding out. But
I swear to God, I'm gonna get a counter for every fucking time you say like.
you should.
I swear to God. That was so many.
I say like a lot.
Like, I was just
I
silently like, uh-huh.
Maybe it's a Cali thing. I don't know. But yeah, that's the one I'm choosing for next week.
And how many episodes is it?
It's ongoing. I don't really know how many episodes there is, but they're still making episodes.
But there's at least 5 for now, right?
Yes, there's at least 5 for now. Yes. This was actually one of the ones I was gonna do like several weeks ago. but they didn't have enough episodes. So like I think when it was like my turn, they only had like 4 episodes, but it was just like that Friday, so I couldn't do it.
Okay.
And so I came back to it later, just because like I forgot about it, just because
So this will probably also be the first time that we're doing like an ongoing anime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I think like we did.
Second time.
Well, we did
The-
Tokyo Revengers, but that's like on break right now between seasons. So I wouldn't say ongoing.
The other one, the one with the it was like it started off as an orb or like a creature or something like that. The one that ended up with like the demon bear.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Horimiya too.
And right.
Right, and that was mine. So you figured out that. Man, that one, it was so good, and then it ended up being a letdown at the end. Did you finish that?
I did. I wish I didn't.
They just stuffed like 10 years worth of manga in one episode, bro.
No.
Oh god.
So let's just wrap it up before we start molding.
Alright. Well, tune in next week for Ranking of Kings. I'm gonna try to think of something for us to do for 50. Don't know what that's gonna be, because I kinda have a busy week ahead of me.
More Spider-Man facts.
Special 50th episode. Check the link in the description for the Chatterbait link.
Oh god.
But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Tune in next week for Ranking of Kings. Look forward to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and hopefully you'll watch along with us for the next one. Thanks for sticking around for damn near 50 episodes. Shit's crazy, bro. I thought this was gonna last like 5 episodes.
Look how far we've come, actually. It's crazy.
I was trying to see how many episodes have we been on. I was like, is this my 5th episode?
Look how far I've come. From
Look how far
45
I've
to 50.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be, yo.
He'll suck my dick, yo.
You home, yo? Yeah, yo. And it was beautiful, yo.
So I bet you there's some people like, what the fuck is happening?
It's the de-evolution, that's what's happening.
Episode 50 is where it all breaks down. It's just flames.
It's complete monkey.
And my computer catches fire.
I'd hope not.
All this time I've been like, oh yeah, cooling has great fans. It's on fire.
He plays fucking Minecraft and like fucking high res. Fucking,
With like
all
great
shaded.
shaders on it.
yeah, and the fucking computer's just like,
No.
oh.
Alright. I'll catch
Alright.
you guys later.
Catch you guys next week.
Yeah.
See you next week.
See you next week. Bye.